Hi there, I'm Sarah. Welcome back. For today's workout, we're doing sunrise yoga. It's not the perfect sunrise. It rained most of the night last night, but I'm outside on my porch. I got my mat, I have my space, and I'm ready to go. Thanks for joining me. We'll start in child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Reach your arms out wide in front to relax through your shoulders and bring your head to the floor. And if it doesn't reach the floor, stack your hands. The goal of this is to just lengthen and relax your neck. So wherever that allows you to do so, bring it right into that position. Start to connect with your breath, whether you choose in through the nose, out through the mouth, or connect with that Ujjayi breath, that in through the nose, out through the nose, with that slight constriction in the back of your throat to build a little heat this morning, or whenever you choose to do this practice. Let's walk our hands over to the left, grounding down through your right hip. Back through center and then over to the right. Then grounding down through your left hip. Back through center. Move your hands closer together. Press down through all 10 fingers. And then in your next inhale, come up for cat-cow. So stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. We inhale, gaze up towards that sky. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. And do a couple more of those, just at your own breath. Inhale. And your exhale. Last one here. And then add whatever movements feels good to you. So maybe it's a little shoulder circle. I like to peek over one side and then the other. And when I am filming this, it's sunrise. It's early in the morning, so I've done very little movement today. So I like to come forward, get into my hips a little bit. Really just using this as your warm-up for your whole practice. And then when you're ready, we'll tuck our toes under. We'll make our way back into our downward facing dog, this upside down letter V with your body. And as soon as you get there, slide forward to plank and then adjust. So your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists and then send it back. Just to test that distance. Continue to connect with that long inhale and even longer exhale. Gaze back between your feet. And then inhale, come high on your toes. Bring your right foot across over your left. And then your left over your right. This can be minimum or it can be the distance of your mat if you're on a yoga mat. Feeling a stretch into your hips and then finding yourself into ragdoll. Ragdoll, our feet are wide, our knees are bent, upper body is heavy. And then arms can go lightly behind the head to encourage that relaxation once again in the back of the neck, or reach for opposite elbows. I love a little sway side to side, rocking into all four corners of my feet, and then finally finding stillness. Before I drop my hands, heel toe my feet together, big toes to touch, space, tiny space between my heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Two more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top. Exhale, fold. Last one, we hold. And then send your arms back behind you. Palms towards the ceiling. Towards the sky, in this case, my roof. And then if you'd like a bigger challenge, send your arms out in front. Have your palms face each other. Breathe, start to feel your core engage. Once again, that nice flat back. So if you need to come up a little bit, come up a little bit. For 3, 2, stand all the way up. Extended mountain pose, and then hands to heart center. Let's greet the day with some sun salutations. Sun A, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank, and this can be plank from your toes or plank from your knees, and just hold here for one full breath. And then adjust an inhale. And an exhale, take it down through your chaturanga. I like to go cobra first, especially in the morning. I go cobra, but you're welcome to do upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. One more just like that. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive all the way up. And then return right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back through that plank. Once again, hold the plank. On the inhale, on the exhale. Inhale, rock forward onto your toes. Exhale, chaturanga arms, just about 90 degrees if you're going chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath through the nose, maybe let a lion's breath out your mouth. Stick out your tongue, let go of some of the heat. Let go of some of the stale air if you're doing this practice first thing in the morning. And then come high on your toes. Hop, step, or jump, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Here's the chair. Inhale, chair. Now, arms can be glued super close to your ears. They can be in a V, or they can be at your heart. Sinking into your hips. Take a peek down, make sure you can see your toes. And then tuck your tailbone under just slightly, just enough to turn those lower abdominals on. Re-engage through my arms. And we're gonna sit low for 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, plant. If you're hopping back, land with soft elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale all the way up, warrior 1. So deep knee bend through the front leg. Straight and strong through the back, and that back foot is turned in at a 45-degree angle. I'm pulling my right hip back, my left hip forward, tucking my tailbone so it's shooting straight down towards the earth, and then squaring my chest and my shoulders, my belly button, towards the front of my space. We only hold this first one, and it's just to establish our foundation. One more inhale, maybe gaze up. Exhale, all the way down. Step it back or hover that leg. Chaturanga, Dandasana. These are always optional. You can always just come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, step it through. Using that full inhale, come up to stand. Really deep knee bend. Front leg, straight and strong to the back. My foot's turned in at an angle. And then your arms do what they do and they stay active. Pull that left hip back, that right hip forward. One more, gaze up. Circle the arms down, around and through. Take it through your flow. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. One breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. Everything's one breath. Exhale, fold. All the way through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, root to rise. Use your whole exhale, taking it down, your chaturanga, your whole inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, back to earth. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Big breath in and out. Inhale, left leg comes high. Yes, I know we just did our left. Left leg comes high. Step it through, and then option to drop your back knee. You can keep it up, keep it a little more active, but I'm gonna drop mine, untuck my toe, and walk my hands up to find Anjaneyasana. And then I'll drop my hands and find my half split. This foot goes straight towards the sky. Once again, pull that left hip back, right hip forward. No need to fully collapse into this. Think sternum or your heart towards your knee, and go gentle. And then from here, we're gonna open it up to gate pose. So hands come to the center. Foot turns towards the back. Come all the way up, and we're tall. We lean over that front leg, that straight leg, and then back all the way over. Think straight line from your heel to your hand, using your core coming on up. And back. This time we hold in this modified side plank, and then lift your leg if you want a little bit more. To modify, keep it down. But can you lift it up to hip height? Can you have a strong flex through that lifted foot? And then can you add the pulse? Just for 3, 2, and 1. Spin it back around. I'm gonna end this series in a firefly twist. Plant your hand, lift the back knee, and twist. Pulling your left leg towards that midline, pressing your right knee straight. And then bringing it down, taking that left leg back to meet the right, chaturanga, or skip it, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg high and step it through. Once again, you can keep it active or drop it and come all the way up, Anjaneyasana. Sinking those hips low to the earth, shining your heart forward, and then circling those arms down and back, pressing back into your half split, pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, and this right foot towards the sky. And then simply turning those hands to the center. I'm gonna turn away from y'all, that foot towards the sky, come on up for gate pose. Over towards the straight leg, and then away. Find that long, strong angle. Maybe a peek up underneath the armpit, using your core all the way up. And this time as you plant, finding that modified side plank, and then can you lift the leg? And if that leg is lifted, can you pulse? Engage through your obliques, pull your belly button into your back for 3, 2, and 1. Set your hand down. That's not true. Where are we going? We're going back to the front of our space. Plant your left hand down. Into the twist, knee down, or power the knee up. I'm thinking of a different flow that I did yesterday. Pulling that right leg in towards your midline. That top arm is active and strong. And then plant the hand down. Chaturanga, Dandasana, upward facing, and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high, and then step it through. And you're gonna circle all the way up to warrior two. Let's wake up that front leg. Pump your warrior. Inhale, and exhale, get a little deeper. Inhale, and exhale. Last one here. Inhale, and exhale. Reach it forward, only to flip. Keep the deep knee bend, and then find your extended side angle. I'm gonna use my leg today, pressing out of that bottom shoulder, reaching my top arm up. I'm gonna go way over the top and peek up underneath that arm. So I'm finding that really strong line between my base foot in the back and my fingertips. Everything is active. Not totally dumping into my shoulder. I'm lifting up and using my core so I can really lift my arm. And then if you want to add the bind, flip that top hand, reach it around, and then reach for that bottom hand to find your bind. If that's not there, maybe find half bind. Maybe you're just here. Find that nice stretch through your neck. Looking up. I'm just going to bind for that last couple breaths. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to straighten that front leg. I like to kick my back leg in for triangle. Tip it all the way forward until you can't reach anymore, and then tick-tock it down. Straight line from your bottom arm all the way to your top. And once again, try not to lean into this bottom hand. Use your core, that core strength, to keep you up. You'll see I have a little bend in my front leg. I tend to hyperextend, meaning my knee bends backwards. So to protect my knee, I like a little bend in it. Even if you don't hyperextend, you can always keep a tiny bend. For these last couple breaths, can you let go of that arm, make it sway like an elephant trunk, and then using your core to stand all the way up. We're just going to switch to the other side. Turn that foot in, turn the back one out, and find your warrior two. As soon as you find it, we'll pump it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. You find it, find that base, and then reach it and reverse it. And then right to your side angle. Once again, gently on that front arm. Find that long, strong angle. Peek it up underneath that arm. And then press through that bottom shoulder. Take your bottom shoulder away from your ear. Test your core strength. Lift that arm. Making sure your core is working. And then find the bind. Over the top. Underneath. Open the chest. Or just the half bind. Peeking up, stretching that neck. And then release. Use your core to stand up. Kick your back heel in just a touch. Straighten that front leg. Setting up for triangle. Maybe a peer up towards your top thumb. Making sure that bottom hand isn't doing too much work. Letting your core help you out. And then can you really sway it for those last couple breaths? Keeping that twist, keeping your chest open. 3, 2, and stand it up. 1. We're gonna start, turn your feet out. We're gonna find a goddess squat. We're gonna make it active to start. Come down low, just find your footing. Knees go out like your feet go out. And then stand up slow and reach. And then squeeze down, squeeze your elbows behind your back. And then stand up. This one's so good for your posture. Shine your heart forward, maybe even gaze up slightly. And then come on up. Last one, down and we hold. Squeeze in your shoulders. Shoulder blades together in the back. Elbows trying to come behind you. Sink a little lower. And then if you're ready, lift your heels. And you can stay right here. You can add a pulse. Don't let your upper body get lazy though. Keep it active. We're just here for 3, 2, 1. All the way up. Can you keep the toes? Turn those feet slightly in. Prasarita. Reach for those feet. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, re-hold, and then plant your right hand in front of your face and turn your left arm up to the side. Trying to keep both hip pointers towards the earth. So not opening up those hips, keeping them square to the ground. And then plant the other hand. Right arm comes up. Find the twist. Plant both down. Inhale, halfway up. Hands come to your hips. And then use that strength all the way up to the top. Step or hop those feet together, and we'll find tree. Plant down through your right foot. Left one comes up, and it can kickstand. It can be on your calf. You can work it all the way up towards your inner thigh, just avoiding that knee joint. Shoulders back and down. Pulling that foot into your leg, that leg into your foot. Bring your hands to heart center, or if you'd like to grow your branches out. And make them strong. And then for an added challenge, close your eyes, even if it's for a second, even if it's an extended blink. Feel yourself sway. You fall out like I did closing my eyes. Get right back into it. And try it again. We're just here for 3, 2, 1, and relax it. Gently come out. Plant the left foot down. Right foot goes kickstand, goes calf, or goes all the way up. Set the lower body and then add the arms. This is our only balance today. So have some fun with it. I'm gonna try to close my eyes once again. I invite you to join me. Even if it's a long blink. Final stretch, 3, 2, 1, and bring it on down. Go ahead, have a seat. We're gonna do our boat pose today. Heels grounded, legs apart to start. Tip it back, actually hold your legs, and see how flat you can get your spine. And then maybe you just tuck your tail slightly and your arms come up and you stay right here. Or you lift one and you drop. You lift the other and you drop. Or you come up and knees are bent. Or you come up and the legs are straight. But I want you to try it today with your legs apart. So no matter where you are, whether you're up in this V, in this little bent position, or down on the ground, your legs are apart. And it's just a hold. Or if you hold somewhere and you need to go back, go back. And it's just 3. Only doing 1, 2. Can you slowly lower to the ground, even if that means you put your heels down and you roll back really slow. And then we'll set up for bridge. Plant your feet. Maybe your fingertips can graze your heels. If not, they get close. And then we slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time for our bridge pose. I like to do a little robot arms, especially in the beginning of the day. Fires up to my triceps, the back of the arms. Make sure my legs are still parallel, but you can always bind underneath, roll your shoulders. If that feels good to you. It's a little much for me first thing, so I like to do this one instead. Pick a variation that works for your body today. And once again, we're only doing 1 of these. Come down all just sending my feet up. If shoulder stand is in your practice now, here's a great time to do it. I just like to circle one ankle and then the other. Bend and flex. Turn my feet in, turn my feet out. Just getting your feet higher than your heart. They don't need to be straight. They just need to be up. And then we'll reach for our calves or our feet or our big toes to find a happy baby. And simply release. Cross one leg over the other. We'll drop our knees to the right, our gaze to the left. And then a spinal twist. Just check in how your body's feeling compared to when you started. Bring it back up to center. And then over to the left. Looking to the right, try to ground down through your shoulders. The world around me is starting to wake up for sure. I can start to hear the cars. More birds are awake. And then back up through center. We're gonna rock and roll up to a seat. We're gonna end in a seated shavasana. So cross-legged, legs straight out. If you want to stay on your back, you're more than welcome to. I just woke up, so I don't want to lay back down. So we're going to sit up as tall as we can, roll our shoulders forward, up towards our ears, back and down with one final inhale. Arms come around all the way up to the top, above our heads, pressing our palms together into heart center. And we'll all bow and say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in that sunrise yoga flow this morning. Let me know how you liked it. Let me know how your body feels, and make sure you're subscribed. Go have a great week.